Pastor Mike here in the study again. And as we continue through the book of Psalms, we've been just kind of jumping through passage at a time. But I came to Psalms 33, and it kind of speaks again to the situation we find ourselves in. And I find myself often here at this time, here in the middle of 2020, in the middle of a worldwide global pandemic, to ask the questions of how do we walk through this faithfully. And you have people on all ends of the extreme. Some people are over here and it's not a big deal to them. They don't seem to be affected by it. Others are on the other side of the extreme where they're very terrified of what's going on and their hearts are fearful. And I think there needs to be a Christian response on both sides of that. When we consider what God would have us to be, we understand that we're not to walk in fear. But we're also not to walk in flippancy. We're not to be just, well, it doesn't matter, que sera, sera. We are to walk intentionally. The Bible tells us we're to do that. There is preparation that should be made. We should sow our fields. We should prepare our house. We should build the walls for safety and fortification. And yet we don't trust in the walls, and we don't trust in the crops, and we don't trust in the fortifications or the armor to keep us safe. Our trust is in the Lord. And so, yes, we do take precautions, and yes, we do labor, but no, our trust is not in the Lord. Our trust is not in our preparation. Our trust is in the Lord. And looking at that balance, the Bible tells us that the horse is prepared at the day of battle, but safety is in the Lord. And that's where our preparation is at. And so in Psalms 33 and verse 13, he said, the Lord looks down from heaven. He sees all the children of men. From where he sits enthroned, he looks out on all the inhabitants of the earth. He who fashioned the hearts of them all and observes all their deeds. What God that sees everything. He knows our hearts. He knows our fearfulness. He knows our frustrations. And he said, the king is not saved by his great army. A warrior is not delivered by his great strength. A war horse is a false hope for salvation, and by its great might it cannot rescue. Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear him, on those who hope in his steadfast love, that he may deliver their soul from death and keep them alive in famine. And so where does our hope rest? Not in the horse, not in the preparation, not in the armor, but our hope rests in the Lord who can deliver us. And as we as believers understand that the worst thing that can happen to us on this side of eternity, the worst thing that could happen to us is death, which means we are face to face with Lord Jesus Christ. So actually our greatest fear at times would be our greatest blessing. It's not that we wish for death. It's not that we are looking forward to leaving our loved ones or leaving this world, but it's that we do not have to fear death in light of the fact that Christ has claimed the victory over death. And so let me encourage you as we walk through this to consider the other end and consider the fact that if you are fearful today, understand that God is the one that protects us. And let me say this, if you're not fearful today, don't put your confidence in the things that you think are keeping you safe, but put your confidence in the Lord Jesus Christ. And let that be the place that we find our rest and our confidence this morning. I hope this will be an encouragement to you, and we'll talk to you next time in the study.